Welcome to the Power Shaper Podcast.
Yeah, the only PCP who's... Oh. I'm sorry, I'm irritated.
No, I get it. So, we just finished watching the Turbo, Power Rangers movie.
Yeah.
You guys remember back in August when we were like, yeah, we're totally gonna review this movie.
Yeah.
You go.
Finally got around to it.
Finally got around to watching it. And you had never seen this movie before, right?
I had not seen this movie previous to you buying it when we were at the con.
Yeah.
So
what are your thoughts?
Man, that might have been the worst movie I've ever seen. Like,
really?
Just structurally, like from the ground up, everything is just broken with this movie.
I don't know. I think the acting is better than like the Airbender.
Oh, sure, yeah, but that's because you have, recurring characters. People have been
playing
doing
these
this.
people.
Yeah, they've been playing these people for so long. They're just kind of second nature to it.
Yeah. So I think this gets a leg up on a Shyamalan film. I'm just saying.
On that one, yeah.
No,
this
not the
being a
Happenings.
Power Rangers movie, I wouldn't. I guess it kind of is a Power Rangers movie. It's more of a Sentai. Put it like that, yeah.
Why is that?
The way it's structured, like it doesn't flow well.
Okay.
If
You thinking the Sentais don't flow well?
I'm saying, you ever seen Godzilla?
Yeah.
That's what this reminds me of.
It did kind of feel that way a little closer to the end, right?
Yeah, but like I didn't
think the whole thing felt like that, but the end definitely.
Well, there was there were some tone shifts.
Oh, there were a lot of tone shifts. I don't think this.
Like one of the directors called in sick one day, and the other guy took over.
Oh yeah, because we got two of them.
Yeah, there are two directors.
We got Shiki Levy and David Winning.
David Winning. You lost this round, homie.
Oh man.
Oh, it was bad.
Yeah.
Like, how do you have two directors and no direction?
Yeah, I got nothing.
Like, there were times when Nakia Burrese and Kat Sutherland, their dialogue would overlap each other.
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense.
People are just standing around looking surprised. Nakia Burrese reaction to just revealing himself as the Blue Ranger. Oh man, that was hilarious.
Well,
Like,
I'm not exactly sure what we're supposed to take from that reaction because the entire selling point of Turbo in general is, hey, we got a 12-year-old being a Power Ranger.
yeah.
Because, Beetleborgs is a huge success. So
No, it wasn't.
So let's do that here. But their reaction to it mirrors my reaction to it.
Yeah.
Just, I can't get by the cell.
That's because they're having to react to it, and that's the thing. Like, the actors are supposed to react to it, but the direction is supposed to be, you're supposed to be like surprised and like kind of happy about it. Yeah. But it doesn't come off that way.
Everybody's just like,
everybody
what?
just react the way you would in this situation, which is that's just dumb.
Yeah. Well, I couldn't ever buy this with the original team because the Zeo Rangers have been Rangers for a while.
Yeah.
So I can't see it as a thing.
No.
It just doesn't make any sense to me.
No. No, it does not.
But
it does. This movie doesn't make a whole lot of sense.
I guess we're gonna have to watch Turbo now that we got done with this.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you got to watch it anyway. Yeah. But this movie.
So let's go through it.
Do you want to? Okay.
Yeah.
Go through it. Go. You probably have a better memory of this than I do right now.
Okay. So the movie opens and we open with a text crawl because I guess
It's just
all
Congress.
Power Rangers movies, because they're based on Star Wars to begin with, needs to start with the text crawl.
Oh, okay.
Because we got it in the first movie.
Yeah, we did.
We got it here. So but Zordon's the one to voice this one, and he talks about how the evil pirate Divatox is trying to capture a wizard called Larigo and use him to release a demon called Malagor that they can get married.
Yeah,
and conquer the world or get a bunch of riches and
the plot is evil.
So
that's the plot.
So
evil villain is evil.
The Piranhatrons, air quotes.
Yeah, they don't look like Piranhatrons.
I know it's bad.
It's really bad.
It's really bad.
What are these even supposed to be?
They're
are they
Piranhatrons.
People? No, they're not though.
They're Piranhatrons. They're supposed to be Piranhatrons.
They don't look like that.
Yeah, I know. It's weird because you get now something. I guess the idea of putting people in costume sounded like a good idea in theory.
Yeah.
Because it's like, well, we got a movie, so we got to do something different from the TV show.
I don't even think they saw the TV show.
Do this. No. This was before the TV show.
No, but it wasn't before the Sentai.
Oh yeah, there's
no way.
That's true. That's a good point. I didn't actually think about that.
Of course not.
But,
that is because you rarely think.
Wow. Okay. So, the Piranhatrons are going after Larago, and he ends up escaping to Earth.
God, we're like 3 minutes into this movie, and I don't even care.
I know, it's
it's a long movie. It's 2 hours long.
Yeah,
way longer than it needed to be.
He goes to Earth, and...
Yeah, he just leaves.
Yeah.
I don't know why he didn't do that in the first place. He doesn't do a whole lot of shit in the first place.
Spoilers.
We'll get to it. I'm just saying. I'm setting it up.
Yeah, I know. So Divatox gives chase, and then Larago gets to Earth, but then the Rangers are having a karate tournament or practicing.
Yeah, that's what they're doing this episode. It's a filler plot.
It's a movie, dude.
It's a filler plot.
I know. But I mean, we had the skydiving.
This is going to come out after. Well, I mean, we already.
Well, that's not even.
This is the movie equivalent to episode 13.
I don't.
But even the villain shit is bad.
Yeah, I know. It's that's the one thing I'm like. I don't think you're.
Hillary Shepard looks like she's having fun. She's got She's got this very Cruella de Vil thing going on.
I know. It does look.
It's super entertaining.
It does look like it's working for her.
Yeah.
Despite the lack of direction.
Yeah. Hi.
A lot of these people are really trying.
They really no. Everybody's trying.
Because again, no direction.
Except Austin St. John, he looks so checked out.
Yeah, he looked really checked out at the beginning. It was kind of bad.
Yeah.
So they go and practicing for this martial arts tournament. Rocky ends up injuring himself.
Like in the worst possible way.
Flinging himself out the ring and breaking his back or something.
Yeah, he broke his back.
And
that's not what happened. Oh my god.
And then
they couldn't have just had him break his leg, like, for real?
No.
Why not?
Because he has to be out of action.
His leg is broken. He'll be out of action no matter what.
That's not true. I'm just saying, there's an episode in Zeo.
Why didn't they take Larago to Rocky? Anyway, go ahead. Continue with the synopsis.
They gotta find him first. So, they go check on Rocky in the hospital, and a kid, Justin, is hiding under the bed for some reason.
Yeah, Justin is the blandest character in this movie. And that's saying something, because Kat Sutherland is in it.
Yeah, it's mean.
It's not mean. It's an observation.
Okay.
Like,
yeah, it's weird.
Like, for some reason,
the kind of chemistry that's written for Kat and Justin, this doesn't work.
And it doesn't.
It's like she was. It's like she's like, okay, I got to be motherly to this child, but then he's more coming at it like this is some type of commercial. I'm just gauging on performance. That's what it felt like to me. Yeah. By the way, this movie is a lot worse than I remember it.
It's really bad. Like, I wasn't prepared for how bad this was.
Yeah, I thought that we were.
Justin,
I wasn't prepared for how bad this was. Like, this surprised me, and I've seen this movie.
Justin could have been such a cool character.
Okay.
Make him like Bart Simpson.
No.
Just cool, you know? He's not trying so hard.
Oh, I see.
You know?
But, I mean, Power Rangers are kind of written bland to begin with, so...
Well, no.
For this era, yeah. By the time this movie came out. Because, I mean, the Zeo Rangers aren't particularly interesting.
No, but Zeo was kind of like the break period. Like, oh, it's so easy to do a Power Rangers TV show, let's do that. That's kind of what this movie is.
Yeah. There's a lot of people...
How hard could it be to direct a Power Rangers movie?
It's like a lot of people were like, okay, let's make a movie, and then they had no idea where exactly they were supposed to go. Linkara theorizes that there's like a 3-hour cut of this movie, which is why the editing is just so bad. Why the scenes feel out of place.
Yes. Oh my God.
Well, not why the cinematography is awful, but I'm just saying the cinematography is god awful.
It's the worst. It's the worst cinematography I've ever seen. You hate The Woman in Black too. I hate this.
No, The Woman in Black 2 is the worst directed movie I've ever seen. This has no direction, so it doesn't count.
Oh, okay. So you're saying no direction is better than bad direction?
Yes.
If you have a capable cast?
Exactly.
Okay. Fair enough.
I mean, look at... That sounds mean, but look at Dino Charge right now.
No, it's okay. I know it to be true.
I mean,
I have a certain
nothing against Peter Berger. He's actually doing one of the better jobs as a director. It's just... Not here to talk about that.
No, we're not.
Let's get back to the movie. So... Zordon calls...
So Justin's bad.
Zordon
is what I was getting at, was the main thing. And Kat Sutherland is bad, and they should feel bad. No, they should.
I don't think Kat Sutherland is bad. I just think that their chemistry just is not there.
Well, my thing is that Kat Sutherland is very much generic.
Okay. That's, I guess, true. But
that's what makes her boring for me. Like
no. I definitely get it, and I think it's the trade-off you get because she used to be evil. You know, it's kind of like the Tommy thing.
Oh, okay.
Where because these people used to be evil, now that they've turned to the side of good, they have to be the purest form of good possible, which means that they can't have any flaws.
So she's trying to be Kari, and I love Kari, and she can't do that. So I don't like her. I get it.
It's not the same thing.
Oh yeah.
It's not.
Gatomon, dude. What? And so, going back into Turbo.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Where were we even?
Justin is hiding under the fucking bed, the hospital bed that Rocky's laying in, all broken and shit.
For some reason.
But yeah, like, is he going to get in trouble for coming to see this guy that he apparently knows, so we didn't get a scene of them hanging out or nothing? Sorry.
Wow.
I'm sorry, dude. This movie pissed me off. Like, seriously, like... What was it that they were doing? Are they teachers? Is that school bus their class?
No, they're trying to save the shelter. That was the entire point of the karate tournament and the money. And Justin's a part of the shelter, which makes no sense given what we know about him in the show. But
okay. Oh yeah, that's right. No, that doesn't make sense at all.
Yeah. And so, while the Rangers are at the hospital, they get called and teleported by Zordon to go find Larigo, and Justin sees, and he comes out, and he's
Don't
like...
they have to be outside to teleport?
You guys are the Power Rangers? No. They weren't outside the first time they teleported.
Like, wait, when?
In the first episode, Day of the Dumpster. What's happening?
Yeah, they were.
No, they weren't. They were inside the
that's
juice
right.
bar.
They were in the juice bar. The youth center. That's the one.
Exactly.
All right.
So, the Rangers are called in. They're told about Larigo, and so Kat and Tommy go to Africa to save him.
Yeah, they find out. Yeah, Zordon tells them that this wizard showed up, and Alpha and Zordon are very underused.
A lot of things are underused in this movie, buddy. Larigo's underused.
Yeah, I'm not really sure what that thing's supposed to like be. When the plot
demands it. Yeah, I don't know.
Like, they say he's a wizard. Like, Keeper's a wizard.
Yeah, that's true.
I felt like myself,
the
like
space wizard.
I caught myself a couple of times doing that, like comparing Keeper to Larigo.
Oh yeah, really. Yeah. So Keeper's the actual wizard, and Larigo's not really a wizard.
Right. Yeah, they're both equally horrifying.
He looks like an Ewok that was left in the sun too long.
Keeper looks like a gremlin.
Yeah, I know.
But like
he's got the voice. And,
designed by Matt Groening.
Yo, I can see it. Yeah, that makes sense. So then they go to Africa to find Larigo, who's just kind of bumbling around Africa, and he gets adopted by monkeys. Yeah,
I don't know.
Something weird with monkeys
show up and they like start pulling him towards some other place.
Yeah,
we never get there. They just keep walking.
It's weird, yeah. And then
I assumed they were going to take him to King Louis.
Yeah.
It's just me.
And then Tommy and Kat are trying to find him in Africa, and Kat gets attacked by a snake, and so she throws herself off a cliff to get away from the snake or something.
Yeah, and
falls.
Tommy wrestles it to the ground. Yeah, falls off the ledge, tries to morph, doesn't work because the movie said it didn't work.
Because water. We never knew these were waterproof. Or these weren't waterproof. And I gotta tell you, this is the most infuriating thing in this movie for me.
Really?
As lore goes, this makes
that fight scene.
no sense.
Most of the fight
in
scenes.
terms of lore, this makes no sense
in
whatsoever.
canon?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's completely, and it's infuriating from, like, as a fan.
See, I can't look at this movie like that.
I'm offended that movie is in this scene. That scene is in this movie.
Nothing about this movies is canon.
It has to be. It is part of the show. I'm dead serious.
Yeah, it's supposed to be the first episode.
Yeah,
no.
It is.
No.
There's a flashback to
it
in the first episode of Turbo. Shift into Turbo.
Yeah, that never happened. That was just Justin's insane ramblings.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, you haven't seen the rest of the show, man. But, so...
sorry.
Tommy,
I just needed to make that point.
No, there's a whole lot of random stuff that happens in this movie. I'm trying to get everything focused because, God help me, this movie's not focused.
So they fall into the river.
Yeah, they fall in the river.
Tommy jumps after Kat, and I guess they just let him do that stunt.
Yeah.
And so they're like doing rapids, and Kat is not trying to swim at all.
Well, she hurt her leg or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
And then... Like, they get out of the river and immediately find Larago.
Yeah.
Like, immediately after. They just, like, turn left.
Shouldn't she have been fucking teleported back to the command center?
No.
And traded out with Tanya?
No.
Why not?
I don't know. We need to know that Larago's powers can do anything. It makes no sense, man.
It doesn't make sense. This is dumb.
Plus, we can't get rid of two Rangers in this movie. Especially with Kim coming back, because then they just get awkward.
Yeah, why not?
For conflict? What? Really?
Conflict in a kid's show? We can't do that.
There's a movie. This is a movie.
I hate this movie.
Meanwhile, Divatox gets to Earth and she kidnaps Vulcan Skull because she needs pure humans to sacrifice to Malgor, but Algar picks up Vulcan Skull, and then she, for some reason, still keeps him on the ship.
They erase their memory because it makes their hair turn white. We'll get. I mention that now for later.
Okay, and then what else happens in this movie? Oh yeah, so
a lot of random junk just happens. So Tommy and Kat get
Larago
back to the thing.
Back to the command center. While we have this weird... We keep cutting back to stuff that doesn't matter. Like, we're cutting back to the monkeys who are, I guess, supposed to be waving goodbye.
Yeah.
I think is the idea that they're going for there.
Yeah.
It doesn't look that way at all.
No.
But I think that's the idea they're going for. And so then they get Larago back, and he's being weakened by the sun or something.
Yeah, is the reverse Superman.
They put him on the sick bay and get him back to full health, except, he's getting a telepathic link from his family, who's been captured by Divatox. And the Rangers intercepts the message, but she knows that that's going to happen.
Yeah.
And then she's like, I promised a trade because now I have Kimberly and Jason.
And that's exactly how that conversation goes. We don't get an introduction.
That's the point of the text scroll.
We don't. No, I'm talking about we don't get an introduction between the Rangers and Divatox. There's no hello Rangers. There's none of that.
Yeah, there's no time for that. I guess.
I don't know.
I'm assuming that scene was the one that was cut. I don't know.
Several scenes were cut.
Yeah,
I'm going to call them missing.
So she offers a trade for Larago's, for if the Rangers give her Larago, she's going to release Jason and Kimberly back to them, and so they decide that they're going to go, and then Larago goes off by himself and goes right to the villains, and they don't keep their end of the bargain, so now the Rangers are screwed because they've taken Larago back to Divatox, and they're like, what are we going to do? So apparently there's like this there's like one short scene of Zordon talking about these Zords you're creating are very important and are going to help you get to this island or whatever.
Okay.
And so once they're created, we get the whole scene about the race cars, and then they're like, okay, you're going to put your hands together on this table for your new powers, which are with these morphers and keys that you need for some reason.
We get the we get the merchandise.
So they do it and they morph, and then Zordon tells them they have to go to this ship to get to the island.
Yeah, that's right, a ghost ship. They have to drive out to the middle of nowhere to find this ghost ship.
Yeah.
So they can get
so they can get to the island where Divatox is going to fight
the island of Lost Dreams.
And
the Mortal Kombat island.
Yeah. Pretty much. God, this movie takes a lot of inspiration from Mortal Kombat, I just realized. But
the director's just like taking notes from Annihilation on set. Let's do that.
They need to use their keys to pass through the portal, so that's why they need to get new powers entirely for this.
Something, yeah.
Yeah, some convoluted mess. And Zordon,
it's really not well explained at all.
No, not even.
Nothing makes sense.
Not even a little bit. And so Zordon's like, we're going to leave the Blue Ranger Zord here for now because you guys don't have him.
Yeah.
But go find this ship. And then while they're looking for the ship,
he calls on Justin to come and be the Blue Ranger. That doesn't make sense.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, they try to explain it the best way they can in the show. By saying that he's a child prodigy and he's really smart and he's in fact going to high school with them.
Yeah, sure. That's why. Well, yeah, that's right. Because this movie doesn't make sense. See, it's not canon.
Yeah,
there's no reason for them to be on that bus.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. He could have been at the tournament. That would have been fine.
Yeah, I know. It doesn't make any sense.
Have a conversation with one of the Rangers.
Well, we need to build this character, and apparently that means we have to introduce his dead mother, which is introduced for some reason, and
yeah, we never go back to it. He says it one time, and it's never like, I'm sad about it.
He says it one more time when he's talking about his dad, which doesn't even begin to... We haven't gotten to that scene yet. But,
yeah.
Okay, so the Rangers go and find the ship, and before they get on the ship, and Justin shows up, and he's like, I'm the new Blue Ranger. And then they're like, oh my God.
Yeah, they're like, ugh. That's exactly the noise Nakia Burris makes. She's like...
Yeah.
It's like, she doesn't like this idea at all. It's like, this is so fucking stupid.
So the Rangers get on the ship, put their Zords on the ship, and then activate the ship with their keys and go off and sailing to the island and whatever.
It doesn't make sense.
The keys control the ship, and it's weird. And all kinds of mess. And meanwhile, Divatox, I don't know why, but for some reason she's like, let's tend out these pods of monsters. And they attach themselves to the ship.
Oh, yeah. That doesn't... Yeah. I think... Nope. I got nothing.
Yeah.
We just needed her to do something.
And so they get attached to the ship. And
they like slowly grow.
It's like at night, and Justin's the only one on the deck.
Yeah.
Everybody else is inside the ship. And so Kat goes up to him and he's like, what are you doing, Justin? And he's like, oh, I'm just thinking of all this crazy stuff. You know, what would my dad say?
Yeah.
He'd be so proud of me. And the kids at school, if they knew, would be crazy. And she goes, you can't do it. And he goes, I know. It's for me to know and for them to find out.
Yeah.
Which my first thought was, what?
Yeah, that line doesn't make any goddamn sense.
Who wrote this thing?
That's the line that snapped me back into the conversation, because while they were talking, I zoned out twice.
Yeah, I know.
I could not stand. They were just reciting lines. Dude.
I know.
Like,
it's bad.
Oh,
it's really bad.
You guys, you're hitting Dana levels of boring. That's
ooh. Wow. That's a good point. You hate Dana more than you hate Kat. I know that.
Oh, she's a mannequin.
But
at least she's a mannequin with a tape recorder on her back. Kat Sutherland and Blake Foster, those are just two mannequins.
Just sitting there going,
yeah, one of them.
Yeah. And then Justin's like, you know, when my mom died, my father closed down his karate studio, or some
bullshit,
some random mess like that. Because
yeah.
when we get to the show, he's like a
written that character
businessman and whatever.
Yeah, he's like super important and working all the time.
Yeah, that's his character. That's
in the
Justin's
show.
Backstory in the show. So this movie has no idea what the hell.
Yeah, that's why I'm saying it's not canon.
While
They
they're
don't know
having,
what they're talking about.
while they're having this weird conversation where Kat's like, "Well, we're your family now, Justin,"
and like we would cut back and forth from the little pod things that were slowly growing and hatching.
Yeah.
And like we would cut back and forth from that to the conversation.
Yeah.
And I get what they were going for. They want that like slow reveal, but they couldn't. They didn't.
Yeah, I know. No. The editing in this movie is terrible.
The editing,
like even when they get on the ship and they're like looking at all the bells and whistles of the ship and they're all in wonder and whatever. There's like 50 cuts.
Yeah, there's like 50 cuts
They're
in one scene. No, they're not cuts. They're fades.
Yeah, they're fading
fades.
in and out between different shots that we got of this ship.
Oh, it was bad.
Instead of letting the Rangers like explore the thing.
Yeah.
Just like woo. And so Kat goes back to inside of the ship, and then the monsters hatch, and Justin can't scream, I guess.
Yeah.
I think I know what they were. I think I know what they were going for.
Yeah, I know what they were going for too, but they never. They just had a line. Sorry, my voice gets really dry when I'm scared. Yeah, that's what Steven says.
Yeah.
So if we could at least have gotten that line
a
little bit earlier on in the show, in the movie.
I get what they were going for. The idea that they're going for is like, okay, so you remember in Wild Forest when like I forget, Toxica's trying to capture the princess, and then all of a sudden she whips out karate, and it's like awesome. That's the idea they were going for here. They're like, oh, he's a kid. He can't handle himself.
I see what you're saying.
And so he's like freaking out and being all scared and whatever. And he can't scream for help. And Adam, for some reason, goes above the ship. And then all of a sudden, Justin like turns around, does this like karate kick to one of the monsters and starts screaming at Adam, like, look behind you. And
yeah.
So I think that was the idea. It does not work.
It doesn't work
at all.
Like, oh my God, this movie was missing so much. This movie could have been something.
Yeah, and then we get the worst fight scene I think I've ever seen.
Oh, this one was bad.
Like, they're all going through the ship, fighting these monsters, and it's really bad. Especially when they get to the end, but...
Yeah.
Do you have anything to say about the fight scene?
The direction... Okay, first of all, alright, so everything is bad about this movie. This is where I started noticing this particular problem. Lighting.
Yeah.
They have no idea how to light their sets, dude.
Yeah.
Everything's all bright and colorful. It's supposed to be nighttime on a ghost ship. It should have been a lot darker.
Yeah.
A little more horrifying.
Yeah, just a little bit.
Like, if the terror had actually set in, I think it would have been fine.
Yeah.
But they don't know how to set it up.
Well, yeah, because the tone is all over the place in this movie. Well, I think the idea is that there's like different scenes that should have different tones, but they
don't.
It's all in one speed, so I think that's the problem.
That is exactly the problem, because this movie needed levels and it didn't have them.
Yeah. So they're all fighting these things, and we get like just a wide shot. We don't get individual scenes of them kicking ass, and it's where it's all cool, like the first movie.
Yeah.
We get through that very extended fight scene of them each going through the thing, and they all got like a witty one-liner, and of course the one-liners were cheesy as hell, but I mean at least it was cool.
Yeah, the one-liners are supposed to be cheesy, unless you're Scott.
But this is just like, man, this was the first inkling that the director doesn't know how to shoot action, which is actually pretty telling how much non-action is in this movie.
These fight scenes have nothing behind them. Like, I don't care. We didn't set this up properly.
Yeah, there's no tension. We could have built tension with the horrifying elements if we'd known how to set the tone correctly. Yeah. But it doesn't work, man.
Design a set.
And so, then, at the end of the fight scene...
Hold the camera. Sorry.
Tommy does this, like, really cool, like... Indiana Jones-esque thing.
No, he just does the thing that he does to Bulk and Skull in
The
Green with
karate
Evil.
thing. Yeah, no, it's the same thing.
It's just, yeah, but I mean, that's the thing.
And
that's
he's
the
not,
JDF thing.
He's not hitting the monster. He's just kind of showing off, and then all of a sudden he goes boo. And the idea is supposed to be that the monster's supposed to run
Get
and
scared
jump
and run
off the ship.
Yeah.
But because of the
suits,
costumes
oh my
are
God.
so bulky for those monsters, he can't get through the ship.
I don't understand what makes them so bulky.
Yeah, I don't know.
Like they're obviously like rubber, latex, something easily moldable, and a gorilla suit, like a gorilla costume. That's it. That's all they had available at the time.
Yeah. And so Tommy has to push the thing overboard. It's like, man, whoosh.
Yeah.
And then
it's hard to watch.
So Divatox passes through the portal of the triangle or whatever.
Yeah.
And meanwhile, Jason and Kimberly find it or just decide on a plan of escape, but it doesn't work.
Yeah. And it doesn't make any sense.
Yeah. They're going to open the hatch and flood because as they get closer to the island, they can actually escape out of the ship and swim up to shore.
Yeah.
So that's their idea.
Yeah,
except
they
for some reason opened the hatch too early, so it starts flooding the room, and they're trying to hold it back, and then all of a sudden they're close enough now after they pass the thing, so they got to open it up again. Yeah. Except they got to open up Bulk and Skull first.
Who are in the room next to them, talking through them through a single window.
Yeah. That apparently changes positions.
And also magically makes the water disappear.
Yeah.
Like, Kimberly and Jason's room is fucking flooded.
Yeah.
Like, to the ceiling. And nothing. We got nothing in Bulk and Skull still.
We gotta go save Bulk and Skull. Meanwhile, they're just there.
Yeah, they're just standing there.
There's no water.
And then all of a sudden, when they go to open the door, it's flooded.
Like, it's like submerged and whatever.
Yeah.
And so they finally get him, and then they escape. Or at least Bulk and Skull and Kimberly escape. Except Divatox manages to shut the hatch before Jason can get out.
Yeah.
And release all the water from inside the room. And then Kimberly gets captured by savages.
Yeah, she washes up on a beach.
And this entire time, Bulk and Skull are just along for this ride. There's really no reason to have them in this movie.
Nope. And by this point, the color in their hair has started running off on their shirts.
Yeah, it's bad.
Like,
ooh, it's bad.
Ooh. Anyway.
And so then,
how did this movie get made?
Yeah.
How?
Power Rangers, dude.
It's not. Yeah. Nobody cared. I'm so pissed off.
What, he's a cash grab?
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's brand recognition.
Yeah, I know.
Slap the Power Rangers logo on it.
It'll sell.
The toys.
Oh man.
I'm so pissed off.
So then.
Anyway. So finally, okay. So
the Rangers pass through the portal after putting their keys together. Except Justin drops his, and it's
false tension.
False tension happens because he's trying to get the key, even though the Rangers could help him. They don't.
Yeah, they don't. They're just standing there. Hurry the hell up! Yelling at him.
And so then they point the things and they point the keys together, and that's enough to get them passage through the portal.
Yeah. They removed their keys from the box that started the ship in the first place, so it should technically shut off. But no, that's not their business.
And then Adam decides that he's going to go to the ship or to go to the island by himself in his minivan for some reason.
Yeah, that can ride on water.
Yeah,
all of their vehicles can ride on water.
Yeah,
because they all eventually drive up to the island.
Well, because cars.
Nothing about that makes sense.
Yeah, I know.
Why they needed the ghost ship in the first place.
Yeah.
It would have spared us that horrible, horrible fight scene.
I know, it's really bad.
We could have gotten a better conversation between Kat and...
We do get a legitimately good scene where... No, where Diva talks... where Diva talks knows that somebody's following her, so she launches torpedoes at the ship and it explodes. And Adam sees the whole thing, and it's actually kind of like, oh my god.
Yeah.
I personally didn't think he went far enough with it, but that kind of happens when you don't have direction. So.
Yes. Oh my.
And so then they all come out, and they get on the island and it's all cool. Meanwhile, Divatox is like on the island with her minions.
Carrying
and
around.
Jason, for some reason, is in a black cloak.
Yeah, they gave him a cape and a hood.
I don't know what's going on there.
What the hell? Like, I saw that and I started laughing. It comes right out of nowhere.
Yeah, I know. It's just like, good.
All I could think was, are they trying to do some sort of reveal?
Yeah, it looks like that.
It does, and I'm like, because they know, like
Yeah.
we know.
We spent a good chunk of time on this.
So
then-
they come across the savages that kidnapped Kimberly.
Yeah,
And
but they apparently work for Malagor, and so Alarigo uses his powers to get inside the temple and whatever.
yeah,
And then the Rangers...
and that's enough to convince the people to worship Divatox for some
Or
reason.
worship Malagor for Divatox or something. It's weird.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense.
And then the Rangers decide that it's morphin' time. And my god.
Oh my god.
So they go through the morphing
Like,
sequence.
this is the only morphing sequence. Well, that's probably not true. I'm sure Overdrive had this problem.
Okay.
Where the morphing sequence would, like, kill the energy.
Yes.
That's what happened in this movie. Like, the morphing sequence went off, and they're doing the thing. Each individual morph, and it just plummets, dude.
Yeah.
Like, it does nothing.
Yeah.
It does nothing for the movie. It doesn't build the action that would... Probably because we're not morphing for a reason.
Yeah.
Like, they're not going to fight anything right now.
It's just like, yeah, let's do it.
Yeah, we're an hour and a half in. We should probably do the morph.
Yeah, exactly. And so then they're running at super speed, and they find the cave. And meanwhile, Divatox is lowering Jason and Kimberly into the lava pit as sacrifices to Malagor.
Yeah, which I don't really understand.
Okay.
Well, here's the thing. I don't understand how deep the lava pit is.
Yeah, I know.
It changes. Like, the idea is when they're eventually submerged, like, it's right there on the top.
Yeah.
Because that's how they shot it. But
No.
then later, yeah,
Yeah.
it's a lot deeper, like a well almost.
Yeah, just a little bit. It doesn't work, man.
Is it? Like,
And so then
it's the little inconsistencies.
the Rangers show up, and Kimberly's like, yeah, this is totally going to be awesome.
Yeah.
We're saved, or something.
Yeah.
And then, well, before that, when they get to the island and whatever, and Divatox finds out about the Power Rangers, she calls Rita.
It's a lot like Flash Gordon. Sorry.
Wow.
This scene
Yeah, it
is
is.
very much, I'm the hero. You're the villain.
Yeah, I know.
Fight scene.
But then we get this great scene of Rita calling, or Divatox calling Rita, and being like, how do you destroy the Power Rangers? And she's like, ha!
Yeah, she's just laughing at her. Which is pretty awesome.
Yeah.
We had to kind of goof Zed up a little bit so that people wouldn't be pissed off.
Yeah, I know. Surprisingly, they put him in the movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think that's Robert Axelrod.
I think it is.
I don't think so.
Really?
I kind of hope not.
Yeah.
That's just...
You don't want him to be
like
associated
Richard
with
Horowitz
this
was
movie?
in the movie, so...
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I guess that's true. But...
What?
So then the Rangers decide that they're going to fight off the evil Piranatrons and the Savages also, and save Kimberly and Jason, but they're not good at it at all.
They fail miserably.
Like the actions is not shot well, and the music is just awful. Like the music is supposed to pump you up. It's supposed to be cool, and this is the most generic like music they could find. This is royalty free. Let's use it. And so
the
Kimberly,
thing is that like all these people can fight.
yeah, I know it's weird, isn't it?
So like,
I don't know why. Well, it's just the cuts, man. The way it's shot and the cuts doesn't.
And the way the
work.
set looks, again, like, this is just the worst set I've ever seen. Like, it's so bright, and you're inside a volcano.
Yeah.
You get your magma glow from the fire pit thing, depending on how high the lava is. You got torches on the walls. It'll be bright, but be kind of dim in spots, too.
Yeah, but no, we got, like, the set lights
Ooh.
on the set. So,
Oh. Sorry.
and so then...
I almost punched you in the face. I'm very sorry.
Wow! Oh, wow. You weren't even this pissed off at Overdrive.
Woo.
Man, that's insane.
Ooh, I'm
Oh,
sorry. This
wow.
is the worst.
Okay, so But Kimberly and Jason get put into the lava pit, and they come
how
out
hard is it to
evil.
design a set? Sorry, go ahead.
They come out evil, and they start fighting the Rangers, and the Rangers are still being bad at their job, and Kimberly, I know Amy Jo's seen Evil Dead just by the way she's acting, because I mean,
yeah,
come on, man.
Of course.
And so then
Everybody saw Evil Dead, whether they want to admit it or not.
Tommy takes off his helmet to like be like, Kim, it's me.
Yeah.
But then Jason shows up and he's like, he's ready to fight him. He's like, I will destroy you, Ranger. And he's like, I don't want to fight you, Jason. And it was right at this point I was like, oh God, there was so much potential.
Yeah.
For this scene, just this scene, not even this movie, but this scene had so much potential. Based on all the story stuff that we had.
Yeah.
And
you mean the 2 years of it? Yeah.
Yeah. Just the Green with Evil and...
Into... All the way through...
Season 2, yeah.
Oh, yeah, White Light.
Yeah. So, we could deal with all of that in this scene if this was a good movie.
But because it's this movie... the effects are terrible, like... Oh,
instead,
we couldn't afford wire work.
Jason is like, that's true. Jason is holding Tommy by the throat next
and he
to
lifts
the
him
lava.
up. He's supposed to lift him up into the air. All JDF does is get on his toes.
Yeah, I know, it's crazy.
It's like insanely obvious.
And he puts him on the well, and he's like, "I'm gonna kill you," and he holds him there for a while. Yeah. And then Largo and his wife decide that, hey, we should do something. So they break the evil
possession
hold on Kimberly, and she's like, I'll help you.
Yeah.
And Tommy flips Jason over, and he's holding on to him in the well, and he says the stupidest line I've ever heard. Remember the good.
Never give up.
I was like, good God. Like, we couldn't even...
Yeah.
Oh, this is bad. And so then, like, the well explodes.
Like a lot of this,
explodes Jason out of the well. He's just completely fine. I guess for some reason it made him sad because the next time we see him, he's just walking all sad in front of the camera.
Yeah.
And that's all he's doing is just being like, and then Largo and his wife do the thing and break him out of the whatever. And he saves Kimberly, and it's like, yeah. And then all of a sudden, the evil demon shows up because Divatox is like, well, we don't have our sacrifice. Bye. Yeah. Elgar, and kicks him into the thing. So he's dead, quote unquote, because he's not really
because
dead.
he comes back, he's supposed to be indestructible.
It doesn't make any sense. Like, oh man. Ooh.
Yeah, I know.
And so then the evil demon comes out.
It's Dark Spectre.
It's at this point.
It's just Dark Spectre.
Well, this movie came out first, so Dark Spectre is actually Malagor. But they had the suit, and they were running out of money, so they just, that's why. But
anyway.
So at this point, the Rangers
You are not allowed to just demote Dark Spectre like that.
Oh, yeah?
Dark Spectre was an infinitely more interesting villain.
Oh, yeah, I know. And I'm just saying, based on the timeline.
Doesn't matter.
So at this point, the Rangers decide that they're going to pull out their weapons. In the middle of them introducing their weapons, Divatox is like, I'm going to shake your hand, evil villain guy, and gets electrocuted, and I guess it's supposed to be funny. But then we go immediately back to the Rangers doing the roll call with their weapons.
To be horrifying.
I don't know.
All comedy is derived from fear.
I don't know what this movie's trying to do. And so then the Rangers decide that they're going to shoot their weapons at him.
Yeah.
Because a sword can totally do that.
Yeah.
And so, but then that doesn't work, and Malagor just walks right through all the Rangers. And then we get this odd scene of Adam being like, I can't move.
Yeah.
And they're like, come on, Adam, you got this.
Yeah, you can do it. I believe in you.
He's like, you're right. Look over there, Malagor. And he gets up and he's like, yeah, we did it.
I got you.
Oh, man.
What he said is made you look.
It's such a weird... I have no idea why this is here.
I don't know.
It's completely pointless. It doesn't make any sense.
A lot of this movie is pointless.
So the Rangers make it outside with Malagor and...
Divatox.
And then, so he grows giant, and so the Rangers activate their Turbo Megazord. What's your thoughts on the design?
Long, overdrawn drawn out Megazord sequence. Yeah,
I know.
Like,
well, it's a big selling point of the movie if you saw that trailer.
Yeah, I know. What the hell was that trailer?
Yeah, I know.
We'll get to that. And so, I'm not a big fan of the Turbo Sword. I always thought the head was too big for the body.
Yeah, me too.
That was just, you know,
it looks goofy.
Aesthetic. Yeah, it could be cool, I guess. No. I much prefer the high octane Megazord. So
it's pretty cool.
The high octane rocks.
But
no matter how ridiculous it looks,
the Rangers go through this action scene.
Yeah, they form the Megazord there.
Really drawn out.
It's so long. Like there's like a full 2 minutes of the same shot of Dark Spectre shooting fire at them.
Yeah, and that's it.
That's it. That's all it is. Like they cut back and forth.
It goes on way too
long, especially for how short these scenes are.
And so then they decide they're going to do their final strike with their weapons, and
they
throw him off the cliff, and he explodes, and it's all cool. And then
the volcano starts to explode because we need more tension. The movie's not over yet.
And then Divatox is like, "How dare you! I will have revenge on the Rangers." In the middle of her
saying that line,
it cuts to the Megazord being like
a pose, doing a pose, yeah. And then it cuts immediately back to her, like. I thought I had a stroke. I was like, did I miss something? Did time just jump?
Yeah. And so the villains leave, and then the Rangers pick up Kimberly, Jason, and Bulk and Skull, and Larigo and his wife and child.
Yeah.
And then immediately we go straight to the martial arts tournament.
Yeah, we go straight back to the tournament. Like, nothing happened.
And Jason's filling in for Rocky, and they win the day because, of course they do. And they get the check, and then all of a sudden they put Justin in the ring, and Tommy hoists him up on the shoulders for some reason. I don't know.
Out here in the field. I don't know. We're probably gonna get sued for that.
And then freeze frame, and then we're over.
Yeah, but it ends on a freeze frame.
But then
it's a sports movie.
During the credits, we get the wrap up scene
with no
after dialogue. After the Rangers have picked up the everybody else and put them in the Megazord, but because there's music playing in the background, we can't hear what they're saying.
Yeah.
And they get him back to the command center, and for some reason Rocky's there. I really have no idea why, because he never comes back to be in the command center ever again. But then Justin's holding the Larigo's baby, and it's all adorable. Or something.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, that's it. That's the last thing we see of this movie. Well, actually, the last thing is Tommy being like, shift into turbo.
Yeah.
And then we're out. So
yeah. This movie has been the most pissed off I've been in a long time.
Would you say that it's better than Overdrive?
Kind of. Only by a little bit, because I like these people, most of them.
Okay.
Some of them.
Two of
them. Bulk and Skull are the best part of this movie, because those guys are those guys.
Yeah.
They don't need direction.
Yeah, they can just go. It's fine.
Yeah.
But I guess that everybody was just like, no, they know what they're doing.
Yeah.
We don't need to direct them.
They're in the best scene in the movie. With them and Lieutenant Stone at the baseball game.
Oh, yeah. Pretty good.
That's the only time this felt like, oh, this is the show, you know?
But this was a lot worse than I remember it being.
And I'm not a fan of Turbo. I don't remember hating it like that.
Oh, trust me.
Because at least Turbo, the show, has, the passing of the torch, the chasing into space.
Mm-hmm.
But this is not really these characters, is it?
Yeah. It's weird. The whole thing is weird.
The whole thing is pretty dumb.
Crazy.
Wow, we went off for a while.
I know.
On that.
Do you have any final thoughts?
I guess my last thought would have to be, oh my God. How? Why did this movie happen?
Because they can make a lot of money and make a second movie. I have no idea why they made a movie that they put less effort into than the first movie.
Yeah. Dude, what? What was their budget? Like $150? Jesus Christ.
Yeah, I don't know, man.
Anyway, I was probably mean to this movie in this review. I don't care. It pissed me off. I'll mull it over and get back to you.
Okay, well, the next thing we're gonna do is watch the show.
Yeah, we're
Turbo, a Power Rangers TV show.
Oh my god, it's just Power Rangers Turbo. That's
So,
all. That's all it is.
Thank you for joining us on the Power Chamber podcast.
I'm Ice Chip Andy.
And I'm Nick, aka Iron Man 1993. May the Power Chamber protect you.
The Pavlova.
Shift into Turbo.